Hey guys, welcome to Little Mountains Advanced Weapon Tactics. Today we're going to be doing the same test from the video from the previous one, and we're going to be testing the tip cut versus the stab. This time we're going to try the machete and see how well this can do. We got a bigger bottle that isn't going to explode on impact, so we're going to see what we can do and see if the tip cut actually made it through all the layers. Stay tuned.
Little Mal presents Advanced Weapon Tactics, the weapons review show that tests the lethality and destruction of various cultural artillery. Will this week's weapon be powerful enough to destroy our new Ming heads? Find out now. Do not try this at home.
Today we got the Chinese war sword machete, and we're going to see how effective that compares to the last video with the actual Chinese war sword. And from our previous testing, this performs much better. Okay, so we got the Chinese war sword machete. We're going to go for a tip cut. We got our gambit in here. It's about 6 layers with there's some thinner cloth inside there, so it does add up to be, you know, well over 10 layers of gambeson. So we're going to go ahead and see if the tip cut can go all the way through. So as we stated before, it cuts very, very deep, but with the less surface area, we're going to see what this can do. This is also a bit thinner, so it might actually be able to penetrate cloth. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here is the gambeson, and that made it through all the layers. That is a huge gash into the gambeson. Really, really thick stuff. You can see there's other layers inside, not just this cloth. So it is pretty thick. I would say it is about 12 layers. Now it did just graze the bottle, and it did put this little hole in here. Not too much damage, but as you can see, cloth armor is very, very effective. This would actually prevent quite a bit of the damage from hitting you. So cloth armor is very, very effective. We're going to go ahead and see what the stab can do before all this liquid drains. But I'm very impressed that that was actually able to go through all of the gambeson. So let's see if this can go through the entire gambeson. E. R. San. So as we can see, it went through all the layers of the gambeson. Not as big of a cut, but it doesn't need to be because it's just going right in and through the entire bottle. Out the back side, it's bleeding out. That is much more impressive than the last strike. So that's some thick stuff too. Right there, that's not, you know, thin cloth, cheap cloth. That's some nice silk. We cut right through that and into the bottle. So that's pretty powerful. See if we can go through it before the rest of the water evaporates. With no gambeson, just for fun. So after analyzing that, it wasn't until a couple strikes that I was actually able to cut through the bottle. This is very, very thick plastic, as we can see here. And it didn't even do a solid, nice, clean cut. That blade is very, very sharp. And, you know, so this is really, really thick plastic. So as you can see with the initial strike with the gambeson, there was no match for it. So obviously, the stab was much better and more effective at penetrating gambeson and cloth-like armor. And, you know, there's just no comparison, but that is pretty impressive stuff. And from our previous video, as you can see, when this was converted from a farming tool to a weapon, they actually cut this back, and this allows it to penetrate armor better. As you saw in the video, it was able to cut right through that cloth, no problem. It would actually be more effective at, you know, plate. So I want to test that in the future. I don't have any plate to test right now, but that'll be awesome to test. And I had no problem going through the cloth. I think it'll do very effective at piercing plate as well. You also wouldn't think a dowel or a broadsword like this would be actually effective at a thrust, but it is very effective, and that's why they had this crescent type of a shape. As we can see from the results here, the thrust was much more effective at piercing the gambeson, and I think that it would work the same for chain or plate as well. I'm eager to test that in the future. We can definitely do that, and I really, really want to do that as well. I think that this crescent will, you know, make it perform very, very well. But as for the results, it was undeniably that the thrust is much better. Even a dowel, a broadsword, can obviously do much more damage at thrusting. So there you go, you have the results. The thrust was much better at piercing the gambeson. I think with the tip cut, it makes a much bigger gash into the gambeson, but into the fleshy part of the person, the thrust was undeniably much more powerful. I think the bottle was pretty rigid, and that was why it was able to cut better in this testing than the previous one, whereas most of the energy went into the water exploding. So I think that was the difference between the results between this video and the last video. So I hope you liked the content, and if you would comment below any suggestions you have for us and any way we can improve, what kind of test you would like to see in the future, I will reply to every single comment, so make sure you comment below. Make sure to subscribe, share our content, help us get out there. We love making videos. We want to do what you like to watch, so make sure you watch and share and subscribe so we can make more content for you as well, and you can learn more about medieval weaponry and all the different types of artillery that we test on the show. We're also going to be doing more LMG, so if you like that kind of content, gaming and stuff, make sure to subscribe for that as well. And I hope you like the content on advanced weapon tactics. That's not going anywhere. We're going to be producing more Ming heads, and we're going to be sending them out to some other YouTubers, getting some collaborations. But that's it for today, guys, and make sure to subscribe so we can see you on the next video, and please comment below.